Learning a new language can be daunting. It can feel like you are facing a massive wall, unsure of how to even begin to climb it. Many learners find themselves stuck in textbooks, overwhelmed by grammar rules and vocabulary lists. Traditional language learning methods often emphasize rote memorization and rigid exercises, leaving learners feeling frustrated and disengaged. What if there was a better way? A method that broke down those barriers and empowered learners to communicate confidently and creatively. The Matrix method offers a refreshing and effective alternative to traditional ESL instruction. This approach, grounded in the principles of structured learning and combinatorial practice, provides learners with a clear framework for understanding and applying grammatical structures. Imagine a simple grid, a matrix, where each column represents a key component of a sentence, subject, verb, object. By selecting words from each column and combining them, learners can generate an endless array of grammatically correct sentences. This method goes beyond rote memorization. It empowers learners to discover the underlying patterns of the English language. Through structured practice and creative exploration, learners gain a deeper understanding of how sentences are formed and how different elements work together. The Matrix method is not about memorizing countless rules. It is about unlocking the inherent logic of language and equipping learners with the tools to express themselves fluently and accurately. One of the most significant advantages of the Matrix method is its ability to break down complex grammatical concepts into manageable chunks. For many learners, particularly beginners, the sheer volume of grammar rules can be overwhelming. The Matrix method simplifies this process by presenting language in a clear, visual format. By manipulating words within the matrix, learners can experiment with different sentence structures and observe how grammatical rules are applied in context. This hands-on approach fosters a sense of agency and control over the learning process. Learners are not passive recipients of information. They are active participants, constructing their own sentences and exploring the nuances of the English language. This sense of ownership can be incredibly empowering, boosting confidence and motivation. As learners begin to see the immediate results of their efforts, they are more likely to stay engaged and continue progressing. Moreover, the Matrix method provides a safe and supportive environment for learners to make mistakes and learn from them. The structured nature of the method allows for immediate feedback, enabling learners to identify and correct errors as they occur. This iterative process of practice, feedback, and refinement is essential for developing accuracy and fluency in language production. By removing the fear of making mistakes, the Matrix method encourages learners to take risks, experiment with new structures, and ultimately become more confident communicators. Language acquisition is not simply about memorizing vocabulary and grammar rules. It's about recognizing and internalizing patterns. Our brains are wired to seek out patterns, and the Matrix method leverages this innate ability to accelerate language learning. By repeatedly manipulating language within the structure of the matrix, learners begin to unconsciously absorb the underlying patterns of English grammar. They develop an intuitive sense of what sounds right and gain the ability to produce grammatically accurate sentences without consciously thinking about the rules. This focus on pattern recognition is particularly beneficial for developing fluency. Fluency is not just about speaking quickly. It's about speaking smoothly, effortlessly, and naturally. When learners internalize grammatical patterns, they no longer need to pause and mentally construct sentences word by word. They can anticipate the next element in a sentence, allowing for a more natural and fluid flow of speech. Furthermore, the Matrix method's emphasis on combinatorial practice encourages learners to be creative with language. By mixing and matching different elements within the matrix, learners can generate a wide range of sentences, exploring different ways to express the same idea. This flexibility is essential for effective communication, as it allows learners to adapt their language to different contexts and audiences. Through this process of exploration and experimentation, learners develop a deeper understanding of the nuances of the English language, moving beyond simple sentence construction to achieve true communicative competence. At its core, the Matrix method is elegantly simple. Picture a grid with columns for subject, verb, and object. populate each column with words or phrases. Learners interact with the grid to form sentences. This visual and tactile method solidifies learning. The matrix method evolves with learners' progress. Section 2. The building blocks of language components of the matrix. The matrix method breaks down language learning into manageable components. Each column represents a grammatical element, visualizing sentence construction. The subject column answers who or what performs the verb. The verb column signifies the action or state. The object column answers what or whom the verb acts upon. These core components form the foundation of English sentences. Section 3. From simple to sophisticated. Adapting the matrix for different levels. The matrix method's versatility lies in its adaptability for different proficiency levels. Beginners start with basic columns like subject, verb, and object. Visual aids support comprehension. Intermediate learners use more complex structures. Advanced learners refine sophisticated language. The matrix method is dynamic, meeting evolving learner needs. Section 4. Beyond the grid. Expanding the matrix's potential. The matrix method extends beyond the grid, offering diverse, engaging language activities. It fosters collaboration, creativity, and effective learning. Interactive games, storytelling, and technology integration make learning dynamic. Unlock the full potential of the matrix method. Section 5. A foundation for fluency, repetition, and automaticity. At the heart of the matrix method lies a fundamental principle of language acquisition, repetition. By repeatedly manipulating language within the structured framework of the matrix, learners gradually internalize grammatical structures, moving from conscious effort to unconscious competence. This process of repeated exposure and practice is essential for developing automaticity, the ability to use language accurately and effortlessly without conscious thought. Think of it like learning to play a musical instrument or mastering a sport. In the beginning, every note, every movement requires focused attention and deliberate effort. However, through consistent practice, these actions become second nature. Musicians no longer consciously think about where to place their fingers on the instrument. Athletes no longer need to mentally calculate each step or swing. They simply react, their bodies moving with fluidity and precision. The same principle applies to language learning. By repeatedly engaging with grammatical structures within the context of the matrix, learners develop a feel for the language. They begin to anticipate word order, verb conjugation, and article usage without having to consciously recall grammar rules. This automaticity is crucial for achieving fluency, allowing learners to express themselves smoothly and spontaneously without pausing to mentally construct sentences. The matrix method, with its emphasis on structured repetition and controlled practice, provides a solid foundation for developing this automaticity. By breaking down complex grammatical concepts into smaller, more manageable chunks and providing ample opportunities for practice, the method enables learners to gradually internalize these structures, paving the way for fluent and confident communication. Section 1. Rooted in research, a legacy of language learning. The matrix method is rooted in decades of research and practical experience in language acquisition. It combines insights from various methodologies, understanding how the brain acquires language. The grammar translation method dominated for centuries, but lacked practical communication skills. This led to the direct and audiolingual methods, focusing on immersive experiences. The cognitive revolution recognized learners as active constructors of knowledge. Communicative language teaching emphasized authentic communication and learner autonomy. The matrix method balances structured practice with creative language use. It values explicit grammar instruction alongside communication and fluency. Section 2. From theory to practice. Bridging the gap. The matrix method bridges the gap between theoretical insights and practical classroom applications. It transforms abstract linguistic theory into tangible tools for educators. Grounded in Chomsky's generative grammar, it taps into our innate capacity for language. The method also aligns with Vygotsky's scaffolding, providing structured support. This support is gradually removed as learners gain confidence and independence. The Matrix method empowers learners to become self-directed language users. It offers educators a powerful tool for unlocking students' linguistic potential. Section 3. The Science of Language Acquisition. How the Matrix method aligns. The Matrix method aligns with cognitive science, engaging Broca's and Wernicke's areas for language production and comprehension. It also activates the hippocampus, aiding memory retention and long-term learning. This brain-based approach optimizes language learning through structured practice and repetition. Section 4. Empirical evidence studies supporting structured learning. Research supports structured, pattern-based language teaching like the Matrix method. Studies show significant gains in accuracy and fluency. TESOL quarterly found structured activities improve grammatical accuracy. Active manipulation of language leads to deeper understanding. The Modern Language Journal found pattern-based instruction boosts fluency. Learners showed improved speech rate and coherence. Awareness of language patterns enhances fluency and confidence. A meta-analysis supports structured practice for positive outcomes. The Matrix method aligns with effective language teaching principles. Section 5. Beyond anecdotes, a call for continued research. While anecdotal evidence is valuable, rigorous research is essential to validate and refine the Matrix method. Future research should include longitudinal studies and explore its effectiveness across diverse learner populations. Investigating technology integration can further enhance the Matrix method's impact. Collaboration between researchers and educators will build robust evidence for its adoption. Before diving headfirst into the world of matrices and sentence construction, it's essential to lay a solid foundation for successful implementation of the Matrix method. This involves careful consideration of your students' needs, your pedagogical goals, and the practical aspects of incorporating this approach into your existing curriculum. Firstly, take the time to thoroughly assess your students' current language proficiency levels. A clear understanding of their strengths and areas for improvement will guide your selection of vocabulary, grammatical structures, and activity types. Consider administering diagnostic assessments, conducting informal needs analyses, or simply engaging in conversations with your students to gauge their comfort levels with various aspects of English grammar. Next, define your pedagogical goals for implementing the Matrix method. Are you primarily aiming to improve students' grammatical accuracy, enhance their fluency, or foster their creative language use? Having a clear vision of your objectives will shape the design of your matrices and the selection of accompanying activities. Lastly, consider the practical aspects of incorporating the Matrix method into your lessons. Will you be using physical whiteboards, interactive whiteboards, or online platforms to present your matrices? How will you group students for collaborative activities? What materials will you need to prepare in advance? By addressing these logistical considerations beforehand, you can ensure a smooth and effective implementation of the method. Now that you've laid the groundwork, it's time to roll up your sleeves and start building your first matrix. Don't worry, it's not as daunting as it might seem. Start with a simple structure like the present simple tense. Create columns for subject, verb, and object. Fill in the columns with relevant words or phrases. Use colors and pictures to make it engaging and memorable. Engage your learners with activities that solidify their understanding of grammatical structures. The Matrix is a tool. The magic happens when students interact with it. Try the sentence machine activity. Students select words to form sentences. Rotate roles for practice. Another activity is Picture This. Use pictures to create sentences. Add time limits for a challenge. Try the human sentence game. Students arrange themselves to form sentences. Encourage movement and collaboration. Provide feedback and celebrate successes. Section 4. Leveling up. Adapting the matrix for intermediate learners. The matrix method adapts to intermediate learners by expanding activities, encouraging independence, and introducing complex grammar and vocabulary. Add columns for adverbs, adjectives, and prepositional phrases to enhance sentence variety. Incorporate synonyms, antonyms, and nuanced vocabulary for deliberate word choices. Shift to open-ended tasks like dialogues, short stories, and role-play to foster creativity and communication. These activities build fluency and confidence in authentic contexts. Section 5. Mastering Complexity, Advanced Applications of the Matrix Method. The Matrix Method remains valuable for advanced learners, refining grammar, expanding vocabulary, and exploring language nuances. Educators can adapt the matrix to challenge learners, pushing their linguistic boundaries. Design matrices around challenging grammatical concepts like conditional clauses and verb tenses. Tailor vocabulary to specific fields, aiding specialized language skills. Activities can be creative and challenging, encouraging sophisticated language use. Provide opportunities for autonomy, critical thinking, and authentic language use. Embrace the adaptability of the matrix method to support linguistic growth. The synergy of storytelling and the matrix method. Imagine a tapestry woven from vibrant threads, each representing a word or phrase. The matrix method provides the loom, the framework for these threads. Storytelling breathes life into this tapestry, making it dynamic and captivating. It transcends language instruction, fostering emotional connection and cultural understanding. Integrated with the matrix method, storytelling provides a captivating context for language skills. The synergy lies in their shared emphasis on structure and creativity. The matrix provides the scaffolding for learners to build their narratives. Storytelling infuses this structure with imagination and personal expression. This blend of structure and creativity benefits language learners. Storytelling enhances engagement, making learning enjoyable and memorable. It provides a meaningful context for practicing grammar and vocabulary. Storytelling fosters fluency by encouraging coherent narratives. The following sections will explore strategies for integrating storytelling with the matrix method. Section 2. Picture this, igniting imagination in beginners with visual narratives. Pictures bridge the familiar and the unknown, making storytelling accessible for beginners. Visual narratives transcend language barriers, engaging learners with the matrix method. Select a series of pictures depicting a clear sequence of events. Use illustrations, photographs, or student drawings. Choose visually engaging, culturally appropriate images. Introduce the matrix method to weave words around images. Start with a simple matrix: subject, verb, object. Populate columns with vocabulary corresponding to the pictures. For example, a child pointing at a red ball. Guide learners to create simple sentences. The boy points at the red ball. Repeat for each picture to build a narrative, encourage creativity and different perspectives. Expand the matrix for more descriptive narratives. Start simple and increase complexity as skills develop. Section 3. From Matrix to Narrative, Guiding Intermediate Learners in Story Building. Intermediate learners move from picture descriptions to crafting original narratives. The matrix method provides structure, introducing core story elements: characters, setting, problem, solution, and morale. Engage learners in brainstorming sessions, using the matrix to organize ideas and create cohesive narratives. Encourage creativity and experimentation with story elements, fostering unique storytelling voices. Section 4. Unleashing Creativity, Empowering Advanced Learners Through Digital Storytelling. Digital storytelling empowers advanced learners to create multimedia narratives, combining text, images, sound, and animation. Platforms like Adobe Spark and Canva enhance their creativity, fostering digital literacy and communication skills. The matrix method aids in brainstorming and outlining, encouraging experimentation with different genres and perspectives. The possibilities are boundless, promoting empathy and cross-cultural understanding. Section 5, Beyond the Classroom Walls, Extending Storytelling into the Real World. The magic of storytelling transcends classrooms, connecting us to the wider world. Encourage learners to share their stories, build connections, and join a global community of storytellers. Organize storytelling cafes or virtual events to extend storytelling beyond the classroom. Create class blogs or websites for publishing narratives and receiving feedback. Participate in competitions, submit to magazines, or publish class anthologies. These experiences foster accomplishment and belonging in a community of storytellers. Empower learners to embrace their voices and contribute to a diverse, interconnected world. Striking a balanced structure versus creativity. The Matrix method, with its emphasis on structured practice and grammatical accuracy, has proven to be an invaluable tool for language educators. However, like any pedagogical approach, it's not without its potential pitfalls. One criticism leveled against highly structured methods like this is the risk of promoting rote learning at the expense of genuine communication and creative language use. Imagine a student who can flawlessly recite verb conjugations and construct grammatically perfect sentences using the matrix, but struggles to hold a simple conversation or express their own ideas spontaneously. This scenario highlights the danger of over-reliance on structured drills without providing ample opportunities for learners to apply their knowledge in meaningful and communicative contexts. The key to harnessing the full potential of the matrix method lies in striking a delicate balance between structure and creativity. While the matrix provides a valuable scaffold for language learning, it should not become a cage that stifles learners' natural curiosity and desire to communicate authentically. Educators must therefore be mindful of integrating the matrix method into a broader pedagogical approach that values communicative competence, learner autonomy, and creative expression. This involves providing a rich tapestry of learning experiences that encompass not only structured practice, but also opportunities for real-world language use, personalized projects, and collaborative activities that ignite learners' imaginations and empower them to use language in ways that are both accurate and engaging. The pitfalls of rote learning, keeping it meaningful. Rote learning can be a trap in language education. Meaningful practice leads to deep learning. Personalize content to make it relevant. Infuse meaning, relevance, and choice. Best practices. Maximizing the impact of the matrix method. The matrix method is most effective when used thoughtfully. Start simple. Gradually increase complexity and personalize content. Encourage creativity and integrate with other activities. Provide feedback and support, and continuously reflect and refine your approach. By embracing these best practices, educators can transform the matrix method into a dynamic and engaging approach that empowers learners. The matrix method, a catalyst for linguistic empowerment. The matrix method weaves structure and creativity, empowering learners to become confident communicators. It demystifies grammar, transforming abstract concepts into manageable components. Integrating storytelling and technology, it ignites a love of language. The matrix method empowers students to navigate the world with confidence.